Namaste, friends. Today, in order to understand what is happiness, which essentially is unconditional happiness, we'll delve deep into understanding how does one reach there. Because each one of us is aspiring to be happy, but it eludes us. It kind of is indifferent to us, primarily because we do not understand the core of happiness. And the core of happiness is nothing but the soul. The connectedness to soul is what ensures absolute happiness, unconditional happiness. And when that connectedness is attained, then happiness cannot elude us. It is as straightforward as that. So now what does one understand from connection with the soul? Connection with the soul first does not mean connecting with intellect. It is not about reasoning or rational. Connecting with the soul basically means that you do not see any difference between yourself and the Lord. You are one because soul is just a speck of that spirit. And once that understanding, not theoretical understanding, but lived understanding is there, then intuition flows out of it. Intuition is nothing but the direction that God shows us, the path that He paves for us. And that path is completely the right path. We might use intellect to rationalize, but there is a very big chance of error that can happen with the use of intellect because it is infected with our emotions, by our habits, by our lacunae. But instinct or intuitiveness that flows out of soul connectedness can never go wrong. It always tells us what is right, even though it might be a difficult path. So, once you have gotten in touch with that intuition, then you are not confused anymore. You know that if you follow your intuition, happiness will be yours because it just tells you what is right and what is wrong and what should you do in order to be on that path. It gives you the strength from within. So, being intuitive is a very big achievement for any aspirant because he has been successful in touching base with the soul that is within us, the soul that always gets clouded by our own shortcomings. And when that shortcoming is cleared and we are in touch with intuition, then we attain peace. Doesn't mean that it is the absence of sadness. Peace basically means the feeling of sheer bliss or divine bliss that happens automatically when there is soul connectedness. So, a person who has reached the state of peace, of divine bliss, of intuitive reasoning is very close to the real goal, which is of God communion. In fact, that has already been reached, and happiness can never elude anyone who has reached that state. Each one of us is aspiring to be on that path of God communion. It is only the distractions that pull us down. It is only a matter of time that it will happen for each one of us, but at their own pace and also based on the efforts that we make today, that we will decide or determine the tempo tomorrow. So, my dear friends, aspire for that ultimate happiness, and soul connectedness is the only path to reach there. Be in touch with that self within, and happiness will be yours. Namaste.